Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Teacher's Surgery. Let's go. All right. So today we're going to get into some heavy settings. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to get into some cheeky and chunky questions. And we're lucky to have Beans staying with us today. You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout out to Beans. Shout out to Beans. All right. So the first question is, all right, so should police officers be present in school? It's a chunky one, but
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. He said no. He
No.
said no. Yeah.
No.
What? How come so you come out of the debate?
So honestly, no.
Yeah.
It's a big no.
Why is that?
I was thinking about it actually. It's quite thinking about it long and hard. It's schools. It's institution, right?
Yeah.
You got to be careful to not turn schools into the other institutions. It's funny because in hospitals, in schools, everywhere you go, every institution you go, everything's the same.
Yeah.
Furnitures, decor, it's all the same.
Yeah.
So if we now have police presence in school with these rules tightening up, it's not good. It's not good.
But Beans, I agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm not going to be too harsh on it.
Yes.
But what do you tell a mother where there's students in her son's class that are doing hard crime, that are carrying knives to school and hiding it? Not maybe taking it to school, but hiding it in their bags or hiding it in bushes outside. And they're thinking, I want this place. This is a real reality of inner city London. How do we say that we're going to protect your children?
Okay, so now the police are not the best suited for that. As funny as that sounds, because what police do is they come and they're just one way. It's almost like they don't know how to be softer. It's always aggressive.
Okay,
it's always a stick.
There's no de-escalation.
So what we need really is people within the community.
Yes.
That can come into schools. Yeah, maybe metal detectors. No one's saying anything long. You know them metal detectors.
Metal detectors.
Nothing's wrong with that.
In school.
Do you have them in school now?
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
And just maybe like teachers, parents, anybody that wants to volunteer, somebody that can build a rapport with these kids.
Okay.
It'd be better. That would be much better than just the police.
Okay, what do you think of that?
I thought long and hard, and you know what? I was gonna maybe say yeah, but only because we have them already.
Is it
safer schools police officers?
Are they police or security?
They're police.
Is it
the actual police officer who's allocated to a school, and he'll be that safer?
Just the one.
Generally, it's a group. So, for example, we've had sessions where they've come into school to do sessions on knife crime with our key stage 4 boys targeted, and that is a good thing. The question was phrased as, should you have police in school? And then that becomes, should they be based in school? No. You're absolutely right. The institution should be kept apart. You don't want to institutionalize our young people. And there are much more positive ways of introducing police into interaction with school rather than basing them in school, because that seems a little bit too punitive. However, safer schools police is something that happens across London.
Okay. Yeah, so how about you?
Yeah, I mean, like I worked, when I was teaching at a particular PRU, I remember we used to have this really nice police officer across the road in the secondary school. And he just seemed to really get on with our students. He wasn't intimidating. Everyone just knew that he was calm, and he was just someone who actually the kids, they felt safe with him, and they didn't feel like he was a police officer. And he used to come into our school and sometimes check in on how everyone's doing, and that was fine. There was an incident where I was in a school where this was like the first time that it ever happened to me ever, and it's never happened to me before in teaching. But I had an incident where a student jumped on the table, a white student who jumped on the table and started calling me a monkey.
What?
Yeah, and that was like, I was just literally shocked, because that was my first day at a particular school. And the school then said, this is a police matter because it's a racial, aggravated. And so do you want the police? Yeah, it's a crime. Do you let us take a statement? But it was weird because I just felt like, I felt torn, because I felt like, look, this kid's, he's in year 8. What does he really know? And it's probably stems from his family or things that he's heard. And then we had a meeting. I had a meeting with the family, to which the mother's response was absolutely ridiculous. Was like, "Oh, monkey isn't a racial term." He's got a cousin who's who's like you, you know, that
Oh,
kind
like
of
you
thing.
as in,
Yeah, and then
mixed race or
so
black or
so
something,
so that was an incident. But what I'm saying is basically, I kind of think that there should be a friendly kind of a police officer around, because nowadays some students are coming in with knives. Even though you've got the metal detector, they go and push it at the back, hide it somewhere, and incidences can happen.
So we're just going to wrap up that particular subject. But just to summarize, I do think, so you're saying, what we're saying is, cool, it's all right to have them around a base, maybe a representative, but we don't want some kind of police state there with the bully vans, ready to just arrest anything that happens and etc.
Again, nice discussion, because now I see a different view as well. So maybe a nice friendlier person, but not the uniform.
No,
there you go.
Not an egotistic.
That's why it's important to have these discussions anyway. But as you know, we're gonna tear away, and we're gonna segue to our next part, our second part. And as we know, we ask you guys to hand in your questions, and we've got an interesting question for the second part. So let's get to the second part. And it is, all right, so it's, are teachers, not should they be, but is, are teachers respected or hated? In general, what do you think? And this is, you guys are teachers, so this is a bit of a tough one. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I think, do you know what? I think it depends. Right. I think it also depends on you as a teacher, because, like, for me,
yeah, sure.
and
Do
that's
they,
not
do
me
they respect
showing
you or
off.
hate you?
They love me off, man.
They respect you.
They
Yeah?
respect. I've never had.
Look
Apart
at
from
the,
that
look at
kid
the, yeah, I love
that
the
I just
little
said jumped
smirk.
on the table.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I've never had. Honestly, every student I've ever had. I mean, I've had things where they've bought me loads of presents, gifts.
See,
So I'm that teacher that, so I don't have those problems.
Hakeem's having, so he's
And
thinking
you,
hard.
I don't think you do.
I think you're loved though as well.
Well, this is the thing, but I want to qualify that. And I'm going to say to you that I think in general, teachers are hated, but not because of personality, but because of the institution. Most kids they feel like school is onerous, you're forcing me to go there. So there's that sense of hatred, but not real in the pejorative of I hate you. I don't really know it's like that. However, you can have a kid, and I'm like you, I feel like I have really good relationship with young people, but I can get cussed off by a kid left, right, and centre, about how I look, my family history, everybody.
You've given us some funny stories.
But again, and that's what I'm saying. So, but I'm talking about the respect thing. So I was saying, I feel that the respect comes in that the relationship that you've engendered with that young person, that they feel that they can blow up at you because you're their safe person. You're not going to hold it against them and reject them. You're going to take that round and come back to them. So I might not get all the lovely gifts and that, but I do get the empathetic conversations that help to engender a better relationship between us.
I'm gonna test that in a minute, but I want to ask Beans, do you respect your teachers, or did you hate them when you were younger?
Do you know?
Not now as you've grown up, but when you were young at that time.
For me, I love learning.
Yeah.
I'm a student first.
Yeah.
I always say I'm a student first. I love learning, right? So, I did respect my teachers, and I was brought up to respect my elders.
Yeah.
So I personally, I did respect my teachers.
Okay.
There were teachers that I got on better with and teachers that I didn't.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to like learning style and how you are with the pupils. But me personally, yes.
Okay.
I sense some hesitance in
I
There's some
toxic
personal
traits. Like you're hating us.
I think. Do you know what it is, right? I actually juxtapose. I'm going to be honest. I got some teachers that I respect, but I had some teachers that I'm not going to lie, man. Like I couldn't stand them. And the thing is, and what happens is the ones that you love juxtapose with the ones you don't like. Do you understand? Because it's like, why can't you be like this guy? And it's so funny how a good teacher you respect. People say, oh, Des, you're good with words, you're good with English. You got into journalism, I got into marketing. And that was all down to shout out to Mr. Mitchell, my English teacher. I'm always going to mention him because he made me love that subject. And then I just think I'm not going to mention the ones I don't like, but, out of respect. But there were some horrendous teachers that I had, that didn't understand my behaviour, didn't understand who I was. So...
and you know what? That is on them, to be fair.
Yeah.
That is on them. As a teacher, I would say to you that if there was a teacher that was able to get through to you, that means you weren't impossible to get through to.
Yeah.
So then the onus is on us then to find and use those strategies to support you. So,
but generally then, you hear a lot of, why is it every rapper says, They always cuss their teachers, isn't
No,
it?
the line that every rapper always says is, "My teacher told me I would never make it. I was going to end up in jail." Sorry, I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that's just a nice little line to fit the song. Like, how many teachers are really going to stand there and say, "You're going to end up in jail"? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the Biggie lyric. He says, was it his teacher that says, I can't remember, there's a few.
His teacher said he wasn't going to be shit.
Yeah.
And now he sees his teacher.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I've seen a lot of lyrics like that, you know.
I think rappers just
and they always
kinda
cuss
say
how much
that.
you earn compared to how much they earn, you know, isn't it? So that's
that's what it is.
But
that's true. I mean, I don't know. I do think we are generally.
Do you respect other teachers?
I think the parents don't, like this newer generation. The parents don't respect teachers. Like they're ready. They're going to come in. And if they think you've not said the right thing, they don't even mind to throw hands. Like, and that's a different, totally different.
Depends. Again, I work in a special school, and a lot of our parents have had a negative experience with the institution of education.
Funny enough,
if you come in as a person of positivity with them, you can change that around.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my son has just started secondary school.
Yeah.
And we've been up to school lately.
Yeah.
We've had to go up to school. We had to tell the no more detentions for my son because we asked for a meeting, they didn't, want to give us a meeting. So we just said, all right, no more detentions for my son. See if they contact us. They contacted us. We went to the school and we find that, my son gets on better with different teachers.
Okay.
We had an open discussion and it actually worked out. He asked to move certain classes.
Okay.
And it actually worked out. But I know what you're saying about teachers, parents ready to just be angry and it's a tough show.
Okay.
It's a tough show.
But anyway, that wraps up another episode of the Teacher's Surgery. Let's go.
Thank you very much,
everyone.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. And catch us next time. All right. Take care. Goodbye.
Okay.